Okay, so I wanted to take some time to go over Euro USD next. Um, this is clearly trending upwards, but for some reason I just haven't been able to pull the trigger here. It might be the 50 EMA here that I saw previous days. Been trying to wait for it to break through that, and it looks like it did break through that level. And then yesterday fell below, and now we're at the dawn of the beginning of a new day. So it's 4:18. So we've been in 18 minutes into this new bar, is what that means. So for the hourly, it's kind of a tough situation, right? Because we saw yesterday it bounce off of this level and make a new high. Um, okay, but if we're really looking at today, this does not match up. This is downward facing. This is kind of upward, slightly upward to sideways, and it just doesn't look healthy. It doesn't look like something that's going to go higher for us, especially not easily. So yeah, I'm sitting on the sidelines here, even though I mean everybody, you can probably see if you're looking at this trend, for it to go higher. Um, but we're going to have to see some strength here for me to personally want to take it and try to aim somewhere up in here. Let me see if there's I guess I could draw a fib right in here, even though it's kind of far away. The fib would look something like this. Probably go from here. This is, yeah, that's a rough one, but I'm gonna draw it. So if you really pay attention to the fib, you're gonna see. Let me see if there's a way for me to make it show up a little bit more. Let's do this. Okay. For once, I'll do it this way. So we saw it drop down. This is where it started. Drop, hard drop. And then we hit baseline. We pulled back almost perfectly to the 618 and the 50 area. And you notice how the 50 and the 50% fib and the 50 EMA kind of both caused this little handful of bars. They just went sideways. So right in here, it's like a, what do I call that? Exhaustion bars and reversal kind of pattern especially with this last one. And then we just dropped down, right? We dropped down, kind of came back a little bit, but then we ultimately dropped to the extended levels. So then we could have got out maybe right in here. But this is interesting to see. This is actually a good sign for it playing into there. Let me see here. But then we stayed at the extended fib level and just kind of went sideways for a long time. So this is another reason why I don't feel very confident here. I don't know if we're going to go up as quickly because it has kind of hung out down here for a while. And so I'm really going to have to look for a breakthrough in order to feel more confident about it. Yeah, and that's Euro USD. And I'm going to guess that the other Euro pairs might be in a similar situation because that's usually how this stuff looks. Yeah, so we're kind of, this is a weekly chart, monthly, coming off of two big bars in the opposite directions. It's just kind of, man, it's a hard call because we're here to trade trends. We're not here to trade sideways. Because when you trade sideways, you could be right, you could be wrong. It's like a 50-50 type of probability model versus when it's climbing upwards steadily and kind of in a predictable pattern. It's a lot easier for us to make money. Right here, I don't feel confident in either direction that I would pick to be fair, especially for a significant move. And we're looking for significant moves most of the time. Same situation here, Euro CHF. And so if you're kind of confused with exactly what I'm trying to show you here, or if there's any kind of confusion, take the course. I'm making a technical analysis course that's going to explain why I can just fly around these charts like this. I'm looking for structure, I'm looking for patterns, I'm looking for an overall shape. Because when I have that in mind, I can really play my pyramid reversal strategy, number one, and then pieces and components of it, number two. And I'll explain that further, in that course. But anyways, again, this is a euro pair, and I don't really feel 100% about this breakout towards the upside. I do think that we are probably going to go up there, but MACD is not very strong right now. There's no real like pattern proving that it's going to actually break through. We are above the 50 EMA. We might be coming up against the 200 EMA, and yeah, it's not the cleanest in the world. Euro JPY, this one's cleaner than the others. We're definitely climbing out of the trenches here. Looks like we're above 50 EMA, and we kind of tested it, but we stayed up, which is good. So maybe I could take this one. Just from that alone, I can see that maybe I'll be able to take this one. Now, 4-hour EMA or 4-hour 50 EMA is also very important. I've discussed that previously. We got cradled. Our price action got cradled by the 50 EMA, which is a good sign. So maybe we have broken through and we're ready to continue at this time. So if I really just wanted to place a trade here, it would be maybe right in here. At MACD, that does not look very good, but let me show you what this might look like if you were to take something like this. Okay, you'll notice, so look at the pivot point. We're not inherently that much better than 1-to-1. We really aren't. So if I put it right on the green lines, it's going to tell me the ratio that it really is. It's better than 1-to-1, but not that much. Oh, wow. A lot more than I expected. So 145. So we are inherently better than 1-to-1. Doesn't look like that to me from here, but we are. It's actually at about 150. I can go a little bit further. Yeah, we're at 152. Wow. That's a lot better than I expected. Anyways, this is how that trade looks. And maybe, let me see if there's a better place for us to aim at. Maybe we aim at this 618. This is the play. It's a 2% play. But you're going to have to be willing to risk that 1% right here. Now, let me back up a little bit and see if there's... So one of the things I love to see is whenever we have something like this where we've seen it cradle, price has been cradled by this 50 EMA, and the 50 EMA is coming up at an angle that's going to cradle price before it actually hits our stop loss. So this is a very, very safe play. And I'm going to go ahead and say that we're setting this trap. So in real time, I would go over to my broker and set a limit order here. And this is an active live trade. Obviously, we're waiting for it to be triggered because we don't really take a whole bunch of live entries. I don't really preach that because I don't do it personally. But yeah, it would look something like that, man. And I like this. I like it to pull in and then we be able to make this money off of that play. And so you notice 1 hour to 4 hour, 500 to 200 EMA. It's the same area. This is the 200 EMA, and it's kind of representing that 4 hour EMA on a 1 hour chart here. So that's kind of a cool thing that I noticed a while back. Anyways, Euro GBP looks like they're going down pretty steadily. Not enough of a pullback for us to play it though. And we're way overextended to the downside. So yeah, I could look for an opportunity to take this long, but I'm gonna have to wait and see that it's actually ready to turn around first. That's just how that's going to be. Okay. Euro AUD. Hella sideways. Yeah, super sideways. I don't like this at all. I wouldn't trade this. It's too it looks better on a 4 hour chart, but yeah, it's just super sideways in between. So you'll see this yellow line and this turquoise line, which is the extended to the upside 127.2, and then a 618, and it's just kind of in between there, pinballing. Not even reaching the 618 to the downside really. It's really just pinballing off of this area. We'll wait. That's just kind of how some of these pairs work. You have to wait for them to choose. All right, I'll jump to the rest of the pairs on the next video.